In one of our latest videos, we gave you our United States bucket list, and today we are actually moving on to the whole world and giving you our international bucket list.
So if that interests you, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned.
Hey guys, it's Kayla.
And I'm Mark Allen.
And this is Happily Ever After. Here we give you travel tips and tricks to help you go create your own Ever After. And today we are doing another bucket list video. If you missed the last one, we'll be sure to link that up in the cards up above and in the description box below. But we are doing this video in collaboration with our good friend Lauren from Lauren's Travels. In the last video, we shared our United States bucket list destinations, and today we are gonna be sharing the rest of the world and our top destinations that we want to visit.
Now, a little preface here. We currently do not have any set plans to travel to any of these countries, but you better believe that as soon as some of these borders open, we're gonna set some plans. And as soon as I get my passport.
Yes, I got my passport recently, but Mark Allen's has been a little bit of a headache, but as soon as he does get that, we are gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on passports as well. So make sure you are subscribed for that. Now let's jump in to our bucket list. The first country on our bucket list actually isn't that crazy far from home, and that is Canada. So we actually originally sorta had plans to go here this year, but borders haven't totally opened up yet and we don't really know when they are. So we're kind of putting that trip on hold until things get a little more settled down. But we particularly wanted to visit Banff, the national park, and really just explore that whole area, as well as visit Vancouver, and kind of just that whole side of Canada was definitely where we want to go.
Yeah, something cool that we wanted to do here was actually rent a van and really just explore Canada and van life and really just do it all.
The wilderness there is seriously so beautiful. Anytime I've seen any pictures or videos, I've just been obsessed with it. And I know there's even some places, I think it's in Vancouver, where they look kind of like suspension bridges, but they're really high up in the trees, and you can just look down and there's just like green, like forest everywhere. So I really want to visit there so bad. So hopefully we will get to do that soon.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen soon, then we are definitely making it one of our first places that we go whenever we get our own converted van.
The second place on our bucket list is actually the United Kingdom. And I say that kind of vaguely because I want to go to all of the countries in the UK. I want to go to Scotland, Ireland, Great Britain, all of them. But I've always loved everything Great Britain. Like, British comedy is one of my favorite things. Call me a nerd, I don't care. But I love all things UK. The scenery there in Scotland and Ireland is just so beautiful. And obviously London is super high up on that list too. So it would probably be a pretty extended trip just to be able to do it all.
It's definitely one of those places that the architecture and history is so rich that I do think that that would be a trip that we would need to take some time to really be able to delve deep into all of the culture that is in the UK.
And castles.
And castles. Definitely castles. Number 3, and I have been dying to go here my entire life. It has been a country that I have always thought to be so beautiful and so rich in culture that I have seriously been dying to visit, and I'm hoping to do it one day, and that is Egypt. Something you guys may not know about me, I was seriously obsessed with all things Egypt growing up. I would literally buy those like coffee table books that are like I don't even know what you call it. It's like, it's not a textbook, but it feels like a textbook that just had tons of information about Egyptian culture and architecture and artifacts and all of that stuff. And I was always super, super obsessed with it. Me and my friends even would like take time to learn how to read some hieroglyphics, and it's a whole thing.
Nerd alert.
I freaking love it though. And so this is definitely one of the top places that I have always wanted to visit. I really want to see the pyramids. I really want to kind of just be engulfed in the culture. It's just so drastically different than what it is here in the US, especially in Midwest Kansas. It's just a totally different thing. And I want nothing more to be able to just go and see it and be in this place that people stood thousands of years ago. Also, I love the desert. Love the desert. I think it's the most beautiful type of scenery. It's my favorite. And so Egypt is on my list. That's probably like my number one.
The cool thing about Egypt is that it basically is an entire wonder of the world all by itself. But I think it's really cool to think that thousands of years ago, they were able to do the things that they did that even nowadays would be like a modern marvel to try to recreate some of the architecture that they did. So being able to see that in person is super, super cool. Number 4 is Iceland. And honestly, Iceland is just one of the most beautiful places on the face of the earth. Just from the Blue Lagoon and the black sand, and just everything about Iceland just looks incredible.
We actually first got this on our radar, and you guys will probably laugh, but there's that Zac Efron show that they had on Netflix. And Iceland was one of the places that he went to, and there was just a few of those places that I was like, wow, this is a really cool country. And as we kind of started digging into it more, I was like, wow, okay, yeah, this is definitely somewhere that we have to visit. It's not one that I think is always on everyone's radar, but I think that's kind of what makes it so beautiful, is it's very untouched. Yeah. I mean, obviously people live there, but they do a really great job of preserving all of the natural environment. And so it's just so cool. And I will say, my bucket list thing that I have to do when I'm there, I know they have like some lava things somewhere. I can't remember what it was called, but they have lava things somewhere, and I saw someone that was roasting a marshmallow over the lava.
Oh,
and that, I want to do that.
They have good chocolate in Iceland too, so we can make some s'mores.
Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Let's go. Also, fun fact, Iceland is currently open. They are open to visitors that are vaccinated. So if you are itching to travel right now, that is a country that you can go to. And finally, number 5, we are going all the way to the opposite end of the world, and that is Antarctica. Now, again, this isn't somewhere that you would normally think to go, but the more research that we've been doing, there's actually a lot of really cool stuff that you can do. Now, Antarctica isn't somewhere that you can just like go and just like be there. Typically what you do is you do an Antarctic cruise. And so you go all the way to the bottom tip of South America and you hop on a cruise boat, and then you will spend however long visiting different parts and seeing different wildlife and doing kind of some different excursions and adventures. We've seen a few people do some of these things, and it just looks like an experience that is truly unlike anything you will ever do anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, I definitely learned a lot about Antarctica from our research, because I always assumed that Antarctica was just a giant glacier, which it is. Which it is, but there's actually mountains there, and I had no idea. And it's just, the wildlife there is just incredible. Insane. All the penguins, and are they sea lions? Mm-hmm. Okay, are they?
There's sea lions, but there's also
are they seals?
The leopard seals.
What's the difference?
Leopard seals are scary.
Okay.
They're dangerous.
So there's penguins and all sorts of other creatures and whales and all sorts of things that you can see and do there. You can even camp on a glacier.
Which is so cool. I think that would be so much fun.
Yeah. But this can be very, very expensive. But there are some ways around it. With these cruises, they like to have a full boat. And so sometimes if you're down at that point and you just happen to get one of those last minute seats, they go for super cheap. So that can be a great way to save some money on these cruises if you ever want to go on one.
But a caveat with that, you do have to be prepared to be able to just hang out in South America for a while because you may or may not get one of these cruises. So don't go with the idea of riding on the fact that you will get to do this or get that big discount. But it is one of those things, if you have a couple weeks that you are wanting to travel and you want to hang out, I mean, for by all means, travel around South America and then hop on that cruise if you get the chance. All in all, something that you will definitely learn about us from this video and even our United States bucket list is that we love animals, we love history, and we love nature. And so these are definitely some of the big things that are huge priorities for us whenever we travel the world. It gives us that sense of adventure that we have always been craving. Now, of course, your bucket list may be a little bit different from ours, and we would love to hear what you hope to visit one day. So make sure you leave those down in the comments below to share with us. Don't forget to check out Lauren's video. We will have hers linked in the description box below and find out what she hopes to travel to one day.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Lauren said.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And that is all we have for you guys today. Now go create your ever after.
Australia and the United Kingdom.
Australia is a whole continent.
But it's a country.
No, it's a continent.
But it's also a country.
No,
Yes.
I don't think that's true.
It is true.
No, it's a continent.
I will Google it. Is Australia a country or a continent? Yes.
I want to go see the penguins.
No, you said South America.
Oh, I do want to go to South America, but that's also a continent.
So
I want to go to the Amazon rainforest.
Amazon is in Seattle.
So I want to go to Brazil.
They have everything.
I want to go to Brazil. Right? That's where the rainforest is.
Sure.
Isn't that where the rainforest is? Hey Siri.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about Egypt, and obviously it's, you know, one of the natural wonders of the world. Natural? That's not.
It's not natural. It's man-made.
Yeah. It's one of the wonders of the world. And I think for me, the Blue Lagoon is definitely on the top. Like, that just looks incredible. It looks like, obviously we love Disney, so to me it looks like a melted giant pool of blue milk.
Ew.
You're never gonna think of that the same, are you?
Oh my gosh, you just ruined it for me.
You're welcome.